Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. The next threat actor that we are going to look at is one that you might not suspect when thinking about cyber criminals. This threat actor could be the person you walk past in the halls, the person you see making coffee, the person sitting next to you, or it could even be you. The threat actor that I'm talking about is an insider threat. So what is an insider threat? An insider threat is an individual who has authorized access to an organization's data, systems, or network. These individuals may be employees, contractors, or other trusted parties who misuse their access to cause harm to that organization. Now, not all insider threats are malicious by nature though. There are a few different reasons why someone might become an insider threat. The first type of insider threat is simply a negligent employee. These people don't intentionally cause harm. However, their carelessness can lead to things like disclosing sensitive data, opening phishing emails, or losing devices containing confidential information. This lack of security awareness or adherence to the security policies can make it easier for the external attackers. For example, a negligent employee may leave their laptop open, unlocked, and unattended in, say, a coffee shop while they grab a drink or they use the toilet. This could lead to the theft of that laptop and any data that is on it. While not malicious by nature, these types of employees can cause a huge threat to the business. Regular and comprehensive security awareness training for all employees can help reduce the risk of these types of insider threats. The second type of insider threat is the malicious user. This person intentionally causes harm to an organization. They may steal or leak confidential data, sabotage systems, or even commit fraud using their organization's resources. There are many different motives behind a malicious insider threat. For example, imagine a disgruntled employee. This could be someone who missed out on a promotion, wasn't given the pay rise they expected, was let go, or otherwise felt they were mistreated in some way. This employee can become a big risk, especially if they have a high level of access to the organization's systems. As a result of feeling mistreated, maybe they decide to sabotage a system or a process in order to get revenge on the company. For example, in 2020, a former employee of Stratus Healthcare was found to have used a secret account that he created to edit and delete company records, causing mass delays and disruption to the organization's shipments. Now, these shipments contained vital PPE needed during the COVID-19 pandemic, but the disruption delayed their arrival at the healthcare providers who desperately needed them. This also resulted in more than $200,000 in damages. The former employee pleaded guilty to causing the delays as revenge after being fired from the business weeks prior. Another reason an employee might become a malicious threat is because they are leaving to join or to start a competitor. If they feel obligated or pressured in some way, they could steal data or sabotage systems on their way out of the organization to appear more valuable or to gain a competitive advantage. Now, a good example of this is when a Google employee who worked on developing self-driving cars stole thousands of secret technical documents related to that project. Using that stolen information, the employee left Google to start his own driving truck company, Otto. Otto was then purchased by Uber shortly after. Not only did this insider threat harm Google by stealing data, but Google also sued Uber, which ended in a very expensive settlement. The former Google employee was also sentenced to 18 months in prison. While some insider threats are motivated by revenge or to get some sort of competitive advantage, we also face insider threats that are financially motivated as well. Your data has value, and it can be used to generate financial gain in the wrong hands. There have even been instances where hacking groups will recruit employees and offer them a big financial reward for helping them with their hacking efforts. These cases tend to happen less often than the others, but they still do occur and can have disastrous consequences. Let's take the insurance and healthcare group Bupa, for example. An employee at Bupa decided to steal, delete, and attempt to sell the personal data of hundreds of thousands of customers on the dark web for financial profit. Now, the employee responsible was of course found and dismissed from the company. An arrest warrant was also issued. But that's not where it ended for Bupa. As a result of the data breach and the lack of security controls, Bupa was fined £175,000. The third type of insider threat is the compromised insider. An attacker might steal access credentials from a user. This could allow the attacker to access the organization's systems and data using the user's credentials. A good example of a compromised insider threat was the Twitter breach in 2020. Attackers targeted employees who had access to particular internal tools. The attackers used social engineering to trick employees into revealing credentials, which they then used to compromise Twitter's systems. Once compromised, the attackers used their access to take over some high-profile accounts, including those of Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Joe Biden. The attackers tweeted scam messages related to Bitcoin and tricked victims into sending money to the scammers, promising more money to be returned. So that is a look at some of the insider threats that organizations face. How then do we protect against this type of attack? To help prevent insider threats, there are several things that we can do. Secure access policies can help to stop excess access and limit the damage that an individual can do. For example, there are things like limiting privilege to the minimum level required to do a job, nothing more. And of course, removing access from any former employees. Now, a data loss prevention tool, also known as DLP, can be implemented to help prevent data theft. Now, a DLP tool will check to see what files are being transferred to things like USB sticks, emails, and cloud storage. It can then block anything that matches things like credit card details, usernames, or any other documents that the organization doesn't want to leave its systems. User training is crucial to help prevent insider threats. Regular training can help users spot scams and phishing emails, stop accidental sharing of sensitive data, spot the signs of disgruntled employees who might be a high risk of becoming an insider threat. And of course, auditing users' activity is also very important to spot this activity and to provide evidence if needed. This video is part of our Security Plus in 31 Days course. If you like this video, you are gonna love the full course. Not only does it cover each exam topic in simple and easy to understand videos, but it also provides hands-on labs. These labs guide you through practical tasks like creating Trojans, cracking passwords, and sending your own phishing emails, giving you real-world experience and making your studies that much more engaging and effective. It doesn't stop there though. You also get a copy of our Security Plus in 31 Days ebook, which follows the course and covers each topic. You'll also get access to helpful downloads to support your learning, a private community where you can connect with fellow learners, and exclusive discounts. It really is the complete package to guide you through your Security Plus journey. Check it out in the description below. While insider threats are not the first thing that comes to mind when you think about potential threat actors, they are unfortunately quite common. Insider threats can be very tricky to spot and almost impossible to stop completely. If a user really wants to steal data, they probably will find a way. Let's end this video with some quiz questions. The first question is from BOSON XSIM Max, which is one of the best practice exam engines available. Which of the following term is used to describe a malicious attacker who is an employee of the organization that the attacker attacks? Is it A, an insider, B, an associate, C, a white hat, or D, an affiliate? And I'll give you just a moment to think about it, and then we'll go over to show answers. Of course, the answer is A, an insider. And if we scroll down, you'll get a nice little explanation there as well. Again, that question was courtesy of our friends over at BOSON. You can check them out in the description below, and if you are a premium CertBro student, you also get a nice discount as well. Question number 2. Who can be considered an insider threat in an organization? A, only employees with high-level access. B, any person with authorized access, including employees, contractors, or trusted third parties. C, only external attackers who steal credentials. D, only management staff with full access to data. The answer is B. Any person with authorized access, including employees, contractors, or trusted third parties. Anyone with authorized access to an organization's systems or its data can be an insider threat. This could be employees, contractors, even vendors can become insider threats if they misuse their access. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. The support from you guys really helps this channel grow. Other than that, thank you for watching.